Oh no, I'm live. I'm just like checking some messages. Sorry guys. What's up? It's me, Crimson 60620. I'm just live. Want to do some more fucking I want to do some more. God damn it! What do I call it? Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous. Although, like, if you like, I'm gonna switch back to my fucking uh PlayStation right now, and I'm just trying to share out the string. So forgive me if it seems like I'm a little bit distracted. What's been happening lately is uh, fucking Facebook has not been connected with the restring. And I actually want to open up a new window. Sorry guys if the frame rate dips just a little bit. Um, Yay. Thirsty as shit. Yeah, it's dropping my frame rate down just a little bit. You gotta be kidding me. Sorry about that. Nah, it's like I wanted to do some videos and I kind of wanted to do some fucking
40. That one good for
oh
12
no no no
yards
no
into
no no.
Kansas City first.
At this stage of the game, the
Sorry.
pass numbers are
Come on.
a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage.
This is like crazy. Let's see if I can put it on a screen. This screen would actually pop up better. See more. Damn. What did my damn that just fucked up a lot of things. Um, Creative Studio. There we go. There we go. And I just want to make sure it's actually working. So bear with me, guys. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's really not working, and this shit is actually bothering me. And see, I'm gonna have to do something about Restream because, like, Restream literally has been fucking me over. Come on, man. Like, and then, like, cause, like, I literally want to actually have um my games on there. And I don't want to delete the channel, then bring it back up, and all that other good bullshit. how's everybody else doing today? Like, this that bullshit that I'm talking about. And I paid for this shit. I paid a year for this shit. And of course, Restream is crashing it. All right, so I think I know what the problem is. And that's why I've been having a problem. I know what the fucking problem is. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm about to do it later. Other than that, let's go to this restream chat. And yeah, how's everybody doing? I'd cut that shit out the video later. This is just me like just fucking riffing. I want to do some Elite Dangerous. And yeah. End of the fucking month. May start May out. May start May out. But May be just a better month for me. It's been a little bit over a month since I've been working from home. And that shit, it's been different. I like to say that I'm probably not the motherfucker that they should keep on a short fucking leash. But let me turn that shit down. Damn it. Not doing that. I'm gonna actually be turning the PlayStation down. There we go. But I'm not the motherfucker they should actually try to keep on the short leash, because I am that motherfucker that left to my own devices. I started plotting and planning this shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, they reset it. So let's get into some Elite Dangerous. And we're gonna start playing. I'm still trying to make it to Sag A, or Sagittarius A, where it's the center of the Milky Way. And let's listen to some let's listen to some idiots talk about how the emo femoids are trying to like steal their man juice or make them feel less of a man. Oh, I did make it to Colonia, and if you guys watch that video, it is on my Twitch channel where I actually made it to Colonia, but I was doing the shit while I was at work, so yeah, I couldn't really do the shit like I wanted to. Trying to make this bigger so you guys can actually see it. That's why y'all can see it. All right. That should be better. Yeah, just so. Yeah, we're trying to make it to Sag A. Look how many fucking stars are in that motherfucking sky. Now I'm at the Colonian JIB, some scientific ass name for this fucking star system, and of course we're gonna have to pull it up and pull up the map to get to a nearby outpost. I'm already in Odin's Hold, which is almost close to the core star system. I'm about 7,300 light years away, and seeing that I can jump at about 3,400, 34 light years at a time. So I'm about 200 or probably 250 jumps away from the middle. But we'll see when I pull it back up. It's recalculating the route. So let's listen to a video. And while we're calculating the route, there we go.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. This is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I hope this evening or today, whenever you're watching this, I hope I find you healthy, wealthy, and wise. If not, let's at least handle the wise part of it, and we'll have...
All right, so here's the thing. This guy is another Coach Red Pill. And the reason why I say that is because... Oh, shit, I forgot to switch this shit around. Go back to this one. Switch it around later. This guy's another Coach Red Pill. Like, he is. Like, he's taking those same stupid fucking talking points about... Exit, close. He's taking that same stupid fucking talking points about how the women are out to get you. And I did a previous video about him, like, where he, like, it's just like some of that same red pill rhetoric bullshit where a lot of people just feel like, oh, this is unfair and women use their bodies and they're all just mean and big old poo-poo-headed nasty, and they like to seduce men and take their life-giving juices and all this other good shit. And it's just like, really, dog? Are you really that down on yourself that, like, you feel that a woman can only want you for your... I just discovered something. But can only want you for one particular reason, and that's it. And once they get that, they're done with you. Like, have more faith in yourself. I have a face for radio and a voice for print. Like, no, shit. I may be unattractive to some people, but I'm the best looking motherfucker in the world to me, and to the individuals that I spend time with. That's just it. I wouldn't fall for this bullshit. That's that old red pill bullshit where people like, oh, you're ugly because you're a skull shape, or you're this or you're that. Like, no, motherfucker, fuck you. And on the edge of being narcissistic, no, I'm the best. Edge, hairline, knife edge. Like, yeah, I'm just that close to it. But I'm the best. We the best. DJ Khaled. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Have some wisecracks and have a little bit of fun here today. I ended up taking off last night. I didn't realize this, but it had been about 3 months since I hadn't taken a day off. So I've started working out, and I needed a little extra sleep. And I'm going to try to record these earlier so I can get it to bed at a reasonable time, because
like a true okay boomer. Fuck it. I wake up sometimes at 3:30 in the morning. Wanna know why? Because I can't fucking sleep. And I kind of fall asleep at 8 o'clock at night. But still, I'm not fuck, I would do these every day, but I just can't be bothered to sit in front of my computer every fucking day outside of work because I'm working from home and just do this and complain how the world is shitty. I'd rather use my energy to talk more to you guys and more encourage people to maybe change the fucking world. But yeah, because reasons. Let's go.
Because I've got some muscle to grow. I'm a little sore today, so didn't stop me from working out though. All right, so let's start with we're going to do a bunch of fun, quick, silly stories, and then we'll get on to our main topic. First, to start off with,
Oh God,
an
25
AJ
minutes.
Borot says men are not strong
did I
enough to
ask?
handle the bedroom past of a woman they love. This is not a debate.
You know what? He's kind of right. Except for the people that's in the lifestyle, a lot of guys actually try to measure themselves about the past of the women that they've had, the past of the women of what the women had, and it's just like, dude, come on, like for real. It's okay if you're not the best thing that she ever had. Like, and I wonder this all the time. Like with people in different lifestyles, are gonna say that if you have to worry about how good your meat is to a woman, that if somebody's better to leave you, if she's find somebody better to leave you, then she ain't your girl. If you worried about her cheating on you and her leaving you, then she ain't your girl. She was never your girl. She was just waiting for the next thing to come along. And a lot of these guys feel like that. That's why you see a lot of these red pilling motherfuckers, they want pure, untouched women. I'm like, dude, she ain't gonna know how to handle the meat right. She's not gonna know how to handle the sucker right. If you get my drift. But let's see what he says.
Well, if strong by strong, if you mean not willing to handle, I think you spelled strong wrong. You spell that willing. Here's the thing, and I've got a couple more posts that are kind of similar related to this.
What I tell you.
The problem is it's very easy to say something like this when life is good. You know, when things are going well for you, you seem to have a selection of guys that are interested in you. It's very easy to feel like you're at the top of the world. However, the problem is that your past will usually haunt you if you've done too many bad things.
Okay, so say this. Say you have an STD. Say that. Most STDs are curable. There are some that are deadly that are not curable. That them themselves aren't deadly. But most of the people that like you can be safe and have multiple partners. God damn, like that's not a fucking issue. Can you just please chill out on this? Like 92% of the world has a certain incurable disease, where 92% of the world has that certain incurable disease. Most people are asymptomatic. Shit, is COVID gonna become an STD now? I'm just saying, like, is COVID gonna become an STD? Like, yo, I'm COVID positive, but I'm asymptomatic. Yo, have you had your COVID test? Be upfront now, like for real. I'm sorry to make fun of something like that. And it's serious as shit. And like, I know people are coming down with it, and most of the cases are mild, and people are dying from it. But like, literally, this is how this motherfucker is acting. Like, have you, like these motherfucking red pillars are gonna fucking, select themselves out of existence. But let's continue.
And the problem is you're left with two choices. Either A, fess up to it and have guys not interested in you, or get someone that's of maybe a lesser desirability that's willing to accept you for who you are because they don't have much self-confidence.
Damn, like, being with a woman that's had multiple partners is not a fucking knock on your self-confidence. It actually... Okay. Far from the means and far from the feminist means and all that other good bullshit. Again, like, well, no, I deserve someone who's had less numbers. Like, dude, you understand that when you commodify sex, it makes it harder to get. Like, for real, if you commodify sex and attention and all this other good bullshit, it makes it harder for you to get. And what ends up happening is you give women the power to commodify sex. When you just treat it as, hey, eating, drinking, taking a piss, and not in that weird kind of way. You commodify this, and then you make it where your sexual marketplace value is. You give them ammunition, but it's about being selective, right?
Or B, you have to hide your past, and that's all there is to it. So I don't know if it's very easy to put the blame on guys when you've made the mistake. It's called lacking self-accountability. That being said,
I mean, like, for real. Let's continue.
Rollo Tomasi at the Rational Mail on Twitter today or yesterday. Let's see, what's today's date? 2 days ago now. He said, in the future, it will be impossible for women to escape the digital footprint of their bedroom pasts. They collectively know this.
Like, why does this just happen to women? Like, for real. Like, for real. Why does this just happen to women? It only matters to these guys because it's happening to women. Like, what about the dudes that, they have no bedroom past? That's right.
Thus, it is necessary to socially condition men to believe their manhood is insecure if they hold any standards for women, just like I mentioned in the previous post. Again,
But is the same true for guys? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to do this tit for tat whataboutism, but like, you're effectively calling women sluts for having multiple partners, but a lot of these red pillar guys want to have multiple partners.
if I have done something wrong and I don't think society will accept it, I can either feel bad about myself or I can just blame everybody else for their problem.
Says the red pillar. Literally says the red pillar, which is actually doing both, feeling bad about itself and blaming society. The fact that women they are too. Let's continue.
Feeling the way they do about me, and of course that's going to be the way it is. This young Ashley here, or Ashley Young, says, I just turned 18, gonna be posting a lot on my OnlyFans due to the bug. I have limited time special going on right now. Go check out my bio. No. It's very...
Wait, what? You telling me this motherfucker right here, this bald motherfucker, has not watched a porn or a soft porn or like, he's old enough to know what cinematic movies are? Like, this whole argument, like this is what I don't get about the argument about a simp. Like, and I know it's just like, I seem like I'm riffing on this guy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to just riff on this guy, but like, this is a representation of the men going their own way. Fucking MGTOW motherfuckers. Like, so what? She shows her naked body. So what? Become fucking desensitized to it. Become to a point where it just doesn't fucking matter. And you know what? When it doesn't matter, when the market is flooded with cheap punang, then the prices won't be up that high. But no, you motherfuckers want to simultaneously shame women for having naked pictures, but get mad at them for not showing you their naked pictures. Let's continue.
Very simple now. Especially with some of our favorite adult sites are putting out offers out there for premium for free right now. So when you have you can search very comfortably on many of these sites and find, 18 million things to look at. I don't think anybody right now is interested in fessing up any money. Next,
people can't give up money because the fucking government has decided to motherfucking pay corporations trillions of dollars, and then when it comes to people, we broke now. Literally, that's the whole thing. Like, yeah, that's literally the whole thing. And no, fuck no. Hey. If Pornhub, since Pornhub is giving free accounts, if I wasn't using my PlayStation 4 to watch it, I would literally. Oh shit! What did I discover? I discovered something. Y type star confirm. What is a Y type star? Are the coolest of the brown dwarfs. Surface temperatures of less than 700 K and are officially very large gas giants with some stellar properties. Yeah. Oh shit! I discovered another star. I've even actually discovered planets. Like, that's fucking awesome. I even got a look. Watch this. Let's go to my trophies, and like, I know, I'm being a geek about it. Kepler's Eye. And yeah, reached the rank of trailblazer. Got this. Like, yeah. Here it goes. Be the first to discover a planet. I discovered like 30 of them. But let's continue. Going back to the game. I'm sorry. I kind of got lost in that one because like this motherfucker is just fucking like you can taste the salt in his tears. But let's continue. By the way, guys, here, if you're watching, donate to, like, look. Let's do it. I want to get the Horizons version of this. So if you want to actually help me get the Horizons version, the link will be there. You can actually help me get the Horizons version. And like I want to get the Horizons version. I want to get the Horizons version. But let's continue.
Somebody posted this on Reddit, and they took a screenshot while they were searching some other site. But this is from Twitter again. It's a young lady that says, "I need help with my bills. I'm not even going to fake the funk. I'm tired of being independent. Jesus, I need you, and I need a companion, husband, somebody. I'm not complaining. I'm just being honest. It's hard out here for a young single woman with kids."
First of all, let's just address one thing. And I'm sorry for smacking, but like this shit was just so deliciously tasty. For one, with the abundance of things that we have in this fucking country, there is no reason why people should be struggling to fucking pay your bills. Yes, call me a fucking dirty socialist. I don't give a fuck. I will say, and I'm sorry for like getting upset about it. See my point about the recent economic stimulus. We got $1,200 off of our own fucking money, and they act like they're doing us a favor. So, for people that are struggling, I have no compunction to believe that shit, maybe they deserve it. And if you were to say like, well, maybe she's not working hard enough, maybe she's too lazy, fuck it, we all work too hard. We work harder than motherfucking billionaires that just invest. So fuck it. Yes, I'm going with that. Even if somebody is just lazy and want to sit at home and screw all day, you know what? They fucking deserve it. Okay, being hyperbolic, but I'm tired of hearing this thing about, well, people just don't lazy. They don't really want to work a hard job. Yeah, no. Until we see a change in the system, I'm like, fuck it. Maybe they deserve it. But let's continue.
Y'all keep fronting. I'm being 100%. And, you know, this is why some women watch my videos, because they understand the message I'm putting out is trying to let women know that this is the future that they may be coming into, and they're going to be unhappy. I'm not picking on her. I'm not teasing her.
Yes, you are.
And like I've said before, I actually feel bad for her. Now, I know a lot of you say, hey, she made the mistakes and she earned this, and now she's...
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about motherfuckers like this. It's not about, well, you made the mistake and, hey, yo, we all have our crosses to bear. No, it's about punishing the sluts. How dare she have evidence that she's had sex before? How dare she have evidence that she didn't follow the fucking rules? How dare she didn't choose me? That's where a lot of this shit comes from. Is like, how dare she make the choice of actually enjoying sex, or seeming like she's enjoying sex because she has kids. She must have fucked at least more than once. And this is what I don't get about these conservative assholes that sit back and poo-poo their nose for other people. Like this, I really don't get that, because what it sounds as like to me, it sounds as if it's an innate jealousy that this person may have had more fun in life than you did. Now, this motherfucker who brags about not being at work, oh, he's a contractor and he's repairing a bus or fixing up a bus. I can look and say, well, he's a shit person because I work and he doesn't. But I don't fucking do that, because I have more sense of a compassion to say that, yo, stop trying to punish women for appearing to like sex. You know, the thing that you want them to do. But let's continue.
Made her bed and now she has to lie in it. I agree with you. But if anybody could get the message before they make those mistakes and maybe not be in this situation, and instead say, hey, you know what? I dated. I met somebody that was quality. I saved my ability to pair bond and love somebody. And I met...
Fucking is not about pair bonding. I'm sorry. I will say this, and I say this before. Human beings do not mate for fucking life. That's a fucking social contract. We are genetically dispositioned and disposed to be semi-monogamous. And what does that mean? It means like sometimes we feel like fucking one person for a while, but we inevitably want to fuck more than one person. And the people that have issues with saying that, hey, I'm going to live and love this one person for the rest of my life are so fucking insecure with them and of themselves, because they don't want to be proven to be less. But no, then they want to turn around and shame people for, well, no, I can't live that fucking lie. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you prove my insecurities right? It's the same people that fucking... Excuse me. It's the same people that sit back and say, how dare you not believe in my, supreme being? Because you burst a fucking fairy tale. But let's continue. Only
met
5
him,
minutes?
and we're in love and we're married, and then I had a family with him, and etc. etc. And I accept him for his faults, and he accepts me for my faults, and we talk through it. And hey, quit with this romantic bullshit, romanticism bullshit, because that's what that is. I love you no matter what you do and whatever you do wrong. It's bullshit. It just gives you an excuse to be a shitty person to other people. When people call you out on your bullshit, well, this person cares so much about me, so I must be right. Stop with that bullshit. And that's where this shit comes from. Before the romanticism movement, there wasn't a wave of chastity and no, people were still fucking. But this whole belief that even during the dark ages, people were still having fucking affairs and because we're semi-monogamous creatures. But let's continue. hey, look at us, we're adulting. That doesn't happen anymore. And because of it, this is kind of what's going to happen. Now, let's say...
But that wasn't the case all the time. Like, for real. You would think that would be the case. But we have history showing that people had affairs and there were brothels and there were prostitutes. It was a reason why it was called the oldest profession in the world. Because it is. People were fucking people other than their spouses. And guess what? People had more than one spouses at a time. Sometimes people had prostitutes, had concubines. That's what they had. But let's continue.
Say that, for example, if she doesn't, she's going to get help from the state, but apparently it's not enough because she still needs help with her bills. So, now she's also, doesn't have many choices ahead of her.
Wait, why do you think that she absolutely needs help from the state? There are people that actually have jobs, even though they have kids. This is coming from somebody who literally must not have had kids. Because in the end, and he said it in a few videos. I'm sorry. He did say it in a few videos. But people work a job all the time, even if they're single parents. And they don't require shit from the state. Which they should demand because motherfuckers still pay taxes to the state. But I'm betting this motherfucker here is a fucking libertarian for when it's for other people, but when it's for shit that he needs, oh no, I need to take every fucking action. Wanna know why I know that he's that motherfucker? Because he uses the fucking internet, which is one of the biggest and best thing that came from the public sector, not the private sector. But let's continue.
Next, a young lady decides to take off her clothes, ignores the quarantine. Let me reword that because I'll have to remove that word.
Wait, what? This fake tone policing and language censoring is bullshit. It just really is. But let's keep this going. I'm sorry.
Ignores the please stay inside, and she decides to sit on the charging bull in the middle of Manhattan and gets her photo taken without clothing. And basically, she just said, it's a stunt. Good job.
Okay, where's the problem? I'm convinced that some of these motherfuckers just don't like women. They complain about a woman being in their place, but it's because they just want to feel like they have somebody under them. Okay, she poses it as a stunt. Maybe she got a permit, maybe she didn't. But that's what art is. And people used to do this shit before social media came along. Watch this. There were people scaling buildings before social media came along, when there was such thing called news. There were people taking their clothes off for artistic purposes and protests before social media. This isn't a new thing. And I know he's not harping on because social media, but where's the new thing at? Really? Is it provocative if it's eye-catching? Yeah. Duh. But where's the problem? Where's the fucking problem? Please tell me what is the problem. Because I don't see one. I just see somebody who literally just was trying to take a picture to be edgy. About as edgy as a pizza cutter. All edge, no point. But let's continue.
Good job. Good for you. Again, can't go 5 minutes without having somebody paying attention to me, please.
See, and exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And you don't hear any context. You don't hear any narrative other than somebody just wants attention. Coming from somebody on fucking YouTube. Somebody that actually presses a record on a button, on a camera, on a computer, or whatever, makes edits, creates a fucking overlay, and uploads it to YouTube, as he says, daily. But, somebody else wants attention. I know, fuck. If I don't want attention from me, I want attention from my ideas. I want attention for the points that I bring up. But I know what I am advocating for. It's for fucking attention. That's what I'm advocating for. I can't lie and say that I'm not. I'm not putting this video immediately on private as soon as I do it. I'm literally doing the shit live. He uploads his video. These are not live streams. These are not something that he privacies as soon as he finishes recording. This is shit that he does and uploads it every day by his account. But he's not doing it for attention. Again, this whole reactionary bullshit. And like it's been said before, these right-wing motherfuckers know how to feint hypocrisy, but don't exactly know how to spell it out, because if they did, their fucking head would explode. But let's continue.
Okay, here's something from the news, which I thought was funny, and here's why a lot of people do not believe what is going on when they hear it on the news. The biggest bug worries. Let's see, it says 48% are worried about getting it. The 62% are worried about someone in their family getting it. And 68% are worried about the economy. That's right, everybody. 178% of people are worried about it.
Wait, what? That doesn't even add up. And not only the fact that maybe they did numbers wrong, it literally looks like 2/3 in. It looks like one part is 2/3 and the other part is 1 1/3. Okay. Sloth God. Hey, don't worry. We're all broke. But yeah. Maybe somebody got the graphic wrong, dude. Maybe. But let's continue.
I think that's everyone worried twice. If they can't even do simple math, why would you ever take their word for anything else?
Yeah, let's continue.
I did a video on this about a week ago, and the woman who licked a toilet seat for the bug challenge, she talks to Dr. Phil about her stunt and admits she lied about it. But more interesting, and I'll see if I can remember, and I'll change this to a tiny URL.
Okay, yeah. Wow, she lied about the shit. She did it for attention, or it was, I don't know, maybe a setup, maybe it was a fucking, I don't know, skit. People act, people do sarcasm, people do satire. What? How dare you? Everything that people talk about needs to actually be real, needs to literally happen. I swear to God, sometimes I believe the right wingers don't have a sense of sarcasm or satire, and when they really want to say, well, I was just joking, it's because they pull what's called the Mon and Bailey defense. They throw out some preposterous claim and then walk it back. No, I was just joking, to something that was really easily defendable. See the early parts of his video.
And put it below my post here, so you can follow the story if you want to read the whole thing. It's very short, but it basically says, Dr. Phil says, what the heck were you thinking when you're licking a toilet seat on an airplane on the way to spring break when the country's shut down? Dr. Phil asks. Now here's what's coming up that's interesting. She says, I bleached that seat, the 22-year-old explains of her alleged off-camera cleaning habit, but she goes on to claim it was her sugar daddy plane, and she had taken it down to spring break with a friend of hers.
Your old deodorant letting you down? Try Gillette Clear Gel.
All right, man.
It starts
Cool.
fighting odor faster than the other leading brands. and it's water-based.
Really, it wasn't that dirty. Well, now we know how these influencers are once again.
So let's hit this right. She set up a fucking what appeared to be a airplane toilet stunt on a commercial airline, but really it was a friend of hers. Okay, it was her sugar daddy, like motherfucking plane, and she literally cleaned the seat and she played and shit. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, for real? Literally. You're mad about this? Be mad that there is somebody who actually can have a fucking private plane to the point where they can actually go this scam, and it got, like, really? Really? Shit. Like, be mad. Okay, so not just be mad at the plane. Let me kind of correct myself. And you know, Sloth God, catch the video and replay. It's cool. I'm just riffing on it at this point. But be mad that somebody literally is allowed to, like, go against quarantine and actually fly in any fucking airport they want because they have a small private plane and they're taking their friend to spring break. Like, for real, be mad about that. That the fact that people have more money that they can actually flout the rules that us regular common folks has to actually have to follow in order to, you know, live healthily. Be mad about that shit. But no, you're going to be mad because she made the shit up. She's trying to get attention. And oh yeah, she's screwing a guy to allow her to ride on a plane. The fuck out of here.
Are making all this money. Not only does she have a person more than happy to, and I don't know if I need to take that word. If I did a big blank back there, that means that the algorithm made me edit it. But now we understand how, again, a little bit more proof how these influencers are really making all their money, and it's not just the little ads they get to sell on their page. When Dr. Phil challenged her, asking why she did it, and if the video was taken to show there's no danger, she responded saying the bathroom was dirty because of people using it, not because of the bug, which is continuing to sweep through the United States as well as the world. Dr. Phil accused her of lying to the people by not disclosing she had cleaned the toilet. She confirmed she had, and she...
Okay, again, stunt. And Dr. Phil isn't a fucking real doctor. Let's talk about how he wants to reopen the country up, but he's going to be mad at the fact that somebody lied about licking the corona seat. Like, the fuck? Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Let's continue.
Though her reasoning behind her prank wasn't to prove it was the bug's no big deal. It was allegedly because she was upset it was getting more attention than her. Yes, a global problem, but she's upset because it was getting more attention than her. This is the epitome of, like, narcissism, I'm telling you. I was like, wait, let me see if I can read this in a voice that's... Like, I was like, really annoyed that the bug was getting more publicity than me, she said in the interview, claiming she had a song that was going viral, but no one was covering it. I represent the whole Gen Z population and that I'm not terrified of the bug, she said. I manipulated headlines. I'm starting to sound
Why does he sound like Cartman? He does. Shit. He looks like a Cartman that has to work out. I know. Pot me kettle, but, like, for real. Like, he has a YouTube channel. And I know it's less than 100,000 followers, but really, guy? Really? You are really making this point. You are really making this point. For real? For real? For real? For real? For real? For real? No! This is not something that you can actually complain about for somebody else. But let's continue.
Cartman. I manipulated headlines. She says of the toilet seat licking before she goes on to congratulate herself. Later in the interview, when aired Thursday, Dr. Phil called her a spoiled and entitled before she threatens to cough on him.
Dr. Phil, who says this isn't a big deal that we're closing down the country and let's reopen it back up. Let's see how he responds.
He also asks her, if you infect one person that loses their life, is it worth it for you to have this attention? To which she claims, yeah. Welcome to our next generation, everyone.
But Dr. Phil, who is not a big deal. Dr. Phil is not a big deal. Let's continue.
I'm not going to ever do that voice again, so I was just in the mood for this silly girl. This one really actually bothered me. So here in the United States, the stimulus check won't be in the mail for Americans who owe child support. But if you owe back taxes or late on student loan payments, you still get it. That doesn't disqualify from people getting the full amount they're eligible to. Only child support. Shocking. Shocking.
Okay. Let's go. You right. I'm actually give you this one. You right. It's my money and I want it now. You know what? Fuck it. It shouldn't have actually taken child support. But you know what? You know what else happens? Again, that whole punishing sluts. That punishing sluts that you want to actually say, oh, it's a bad problem. They made a bad decision. And now the women have to deal with it. Guess what? Guess what? What? Now men have to deal with a poor decision as well. What? What? And it's not now it's unfair. What? 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 Let's continue.
I'm telling you, you fellas out there, having kids is just not the way to go today. You just can't do it. It's not feasible.
Says somebody who says they're not selfish. Other people are selfish.
Hero of the day. Giampiero Giron. I hope I'm saying that right. Giampiero Giron, 85 years old. He's a doctor. He has gone back to work in Italy. Spain? Italy? Giampiero sounds Italian. Anyway, they asked for my availability, and I said yes. When you decide to be a doctor in life, you get involved. I swore an oath. That's the Hippocratic Oath. Afraid of getting sick? Then it's better not to be a doctor. That man right there is a hero.
So, check it out. I will say this. Congratulations. Hero? No. Somebody that has a passion for his life work? Yes. Quite literally. This is somebody who has a passion for his life work. Yes, of course. But this whole fucking hero worship of doctors, nurses, and things of that nature, heroes only do this shit for funsies. These people aren't doing this shit for fun. These people are doing it because it's their life work. They have a passion for it. And I'd be damned if you only give this bullshit ass hero worship like so many people do the troops and then not want to motherfucking do the job they goddamn self. What do you mean by that, Crimson? What I mean by this, literally, if it was Spain or Italy, his country is in dire need of doctors. And yes, is it self-sacrificial? Yes. Is it noble? Yes. But this constant hero worship? No. The fact of the matter is, some governments should have been a little bit more prepared, including our own. But to say like, oh, he's a hero because he's old and he's going back. No, he's a fucking doctor, and that was the point of him saying what he did say. Hey, I'm a doctor. This is the shit I deal with. I may die doing this fucking job. Funny, I wish cops had that motherfucking instinct. No, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay safe. I gotta do this better judged by 12 than carried out by 6. But this motherfucker put it on the line to say, hey, I like helping people. Let me do it. If he would have said no with even less of a person, fuck no. Depending on how long he's did his service, fuck, not even depending. He's lived his fucking life. But this fucking hero worship pisses me the fuck off, because when this is over and if this is over and he gets 6, motherfuckers won't think shit. Like, oh well, he sacrificed himself for it. This is the reason why they'll open it up and old people will just sacrifice themselves. It's bullshit that you see so many people that say, because in the end they become just as disposable as our fucking soldiers. Because they know how long they've lost the shine of the immediate crisis, and then it's like, we're through with you. And this is the whole hero worship that I fucking hate to see from these motherfuckers. Do they want to pay them more? No. They just want to give them a pat on their back to say, you did good. What's up, Chauncey? Instead of actually literally caring about how fucking frontline workers and medical professionals actually need to live their lives, they want to offer hero worship. They want to offer thoughts and prayers instead of meaningful changes to make their jobs better. This crisis that we have right now could have been avoided if we didn't fucking load our doctors and healthcare providers with mountains of debt, and didn't load college students where a medical profession, even though they may not have made as much money on Wall Street, but they would have been helpful to people. We can literally have people that are fucking coming up ways to destroy our society with the mental acumen to say, like, hey, let me help people. But we put so much debt and so much burden on people that it's like, I have to make the most money. What makes me the most money? Doing this shit. So that's one reason why we're low on doctors. 2, it's no profit in it. And we need to take profit out of fucking being a doctor. Right, and that's fine. I'm the guy who wants to fucking do art. But a lot of these people fucking hero worship, but they don't want to fucking do anything to help these people after the bad times have passed and they've suffered for the shit. But let's continue.
Because, you know, if something happens to him at his age, odds are not in his favor. But that man still suited up and put on his gear, and he's a superhero. That right there, in my opinion, is superhero gear. So hero of the day. Next, so I talked again in one of my videos a couple of days ago about I think the EU is coming to an end, and I've heard from a couple people left some comments in there that they agree with me. This is really an important story here, because I think it kind of corroborates that, or says Italy is becoming impatient with the lockdown and social unrest is brewing. It says police had to descend on a supermarket after reports people had taken food to feed themselves as patience turns to desperation.
So the fact that we have a system in capitalism where people, there's not a shortage. This is the fucked up part about it is grocery stores throw food away. They rather throw food away than lose money on not being able to sell it. Grocery stores throw food away. And people are like, fuck that. Give me that food. People are literally saying that. But because that the European Union is like, I would wager to guess, you know what? Maybe there would be a problem with the euro. Because as Mark Blythe covers, and we actually did it, we did a video early on my channel where we were talking about Mark Blythe. Germany is not France, and France is not Germany, and Italy is not France, and Italy is not Germany. The fact that a lot of countries, to get inside the Eurozone, they gave up their printing presses which gave them power to print money out to get out of debt. Yeah, the euro may be going the way of all monetary policies that people use to oppress other people. Say like the U.S. dollar, which eventually would have that shock where it will no longer be the world's reserve currency. But the thing about it is this whole nationalist sentiment that's brewing. Yeah, when you other so many people, how long to become other? The European Union is not going anywhere. The Europe has been a country that has been wanting to be unified for fucking ever. They have, like, seriously, a continent. I'm sorry, I'm speaking off the head, but it's about who holds that power in unification. Literally, Europe. There have been wars fought over. Well, no, I'm going to take over Europe. I'm going to take over Europe. I'm going to take over Europe. But it's all about who holds the power. That's literally what the history of Europe has been since it's become major dominant, quote unquote, dominant power in the world. First, what was that? Since the Holy Roman Empire, where it was split up between the three sons. Like, no, fuck. This is my flag. No, this is my flag. But let's continue.
And let me scroll down to the important part. The strain is showing in the south of the country, where one man in Apulia reportedly called police after the bank closed and he couldn't withdraw his mother's pension, their only income. Footage shows him shouting at officers, telling them that the family has no money, his mother begging them to go home so she could show them they have no food. It's hard to watch. It's what desperation looks like. Another video has been shared around the country showing a father with his young daughter addressing the Italian prime minister, saying it's already 15 to 20 days that we've been inside and we're at our limit. He gestures to his little girl who's eating a piece of bread and says, like my daughter, other children in a few days won't be able to eat this bit of bread. Rest assured, you will regret this because we're going to have a revolution.
Okay, so let's just be honest. Let's be honest. There are a lot of right-wing governments that popped over the world, global Trumpism and all this other good bullshit. The fact is, there is a populist move going across the fucking globe. These power structures of, well, do what we say because we're in charge is bullshit. And people are questioning that. The spread of the fucking internet has allowed people to re-examine a lot of fucking economic systems that just are different from fucking capitalism. Now, granted, are there right-wing people pushing, just like in the U.S., for a lot of countries to open back up and say to hell with it? Yes, because motherfuckers are, well, they make a profit off of you slaving for them. And to be honest with you, some of it is that people don't want to be locked up. People don't want to be confined. People don't want to be separated from what they feel is their community. But in Italy, it's, I don't know, they were having so many fucking deaths a day where they literally had to pull triage of who could be saved and who couldn't. And for this motherfuckers like this to use it to their fucking advantage because it fits a fucking narrative of you can't lock me up, don't tread on me bullshit. It's fucking sad. Like literally, this is a different type of fucking culture than we have here. They don't have the hoarding of shit like we do. But yet and still, you want to actually place and transport your particular type of culture and transport it to another fucking country. Like, it's the same here as it is there. No, they are literally going through other shit. Not only did they have the financial crash that shook us in 2008 and the recent one with the oil crisis, they are literally having an issue where the fucking European Union is penalizing them for not being able to pay back loans that their country made. So they are having a serious fucked up ass time right now. That is extremely different than what is going on here. Stop with this bullshit. Stop. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Not everything is seen through a fucking lens of the U.S. But let's continue.
And, you know, it's easy. Maybe it's not easy. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking ahead about what I wanted to say here, but I think it's important to when I see on Twitter these actresses and these Hollywood elites and whatever saying we're in this together as they stroll around their expensive mansion, and you know very well they could easily have a fleet of people going out and picking up all this. You know,
I wonder who was the fleet of people. I wonder who the people would be that would be picking up the shit. What? Poor people. Poor people that will get sick. What? Poor people that be fighting for scraps. What? That's who will be doing the shit. I'm sure they're going to get somebody that looks like you to do it. Or maybe somebody with a slightly different skin affliction. What? No. Where's this shit? Where's the shit where, oh, wait, now you're worried about the little guy when it's talking about these Hollywood elite types? What? Let's fucking continue.
You know, luxury food for them and bringing it back to probably their kitchen that's very much like a restaurant kitchen in their 15 million palatial home. Or even somebody like me, because I could afford to get all these things here next to me, to have things for both my parents that are staying here with me while this is happening and myself.
He's staying in his parents' home. And if he was to say, like, no, it's my home and I'm letting them live in it, no, that's your parents' home. You can't play naked tag in your own home if your parents live there. Hell, they probably play naked tag when you're not around, and then question you about the shit. I'm just saying, like, and you live with your mommy and daddy. But let's continue.
I feel so privileged and so lucky next to people like this, and people like maybe some of you that are working guys out there, and gals too, I suppose. Anyone that's...
He had to throw it in there. And of course, we know he wasn't talking about just guys at first. He was talking about just guys at first, and he had to clarify, oh yeah, there's girls too. Yeah. But let's continue.
Working through this, or even worse, that's not working through this, and has gotten laid off and didn't have enough to save up to be able to feed themselves. This is a genuine worry. So anytime you're thinking like, oh man, I don't have a new video game to play, or there's nothing to watch TV, just remember that there are people that are literally going hungry. I read another story.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Like, be thankful of what you have because you can have it worse. Because you should be happy, peon. Like, the fuck? Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Like, motherfuckers like him is quick to say, well, you can have it worse than what you have right now. And I'm like, bitch, you don't know how hard I have it, even with working. You don't know how many people actually work minimum wage jobs because that's all that they can actually get in the location that they're at. But, fuck it, right?
India, where some men had walked and hitchhiked and maybe jumped trains to go over 1,000 kilometers for work, and when they got there was no work. And at the same token, because the work had shut down and they had no money, they had gone 3 days without getting food until somebody came over, and there was about a dozen of them, and got food. And some of the guys were crying just because they were so grateful and so happy because they genuinely thought that they were going to go hungry. So remember this in these times right now, that...
Mind you, this conversation started from people breaking into a supermarket where supermarkets throw away food versus just giving it the fuck away because they have to protect the scarcity idea.
Whenever you think things aren't going so well for you, we have electricity, we have fresh water, we have sanitation, we have food, we have our loved ones around us. Things are really, really good. And if you're not in that situation, the most I can say is stay strong and, and maybe maybe I should look for a charity or something maybe I'll look for something. But the problem with a lot of charities is that the upper echelon tends to keep 98% of the money, and very little bit of it trickles down through. But if any of you...
It's almost as if trickle-down economics doesn't work, and you should just give money directly to the poor. What? But then they'll get money that they don't deserve because, they're supposed to go through charity, even though you recognize that charity is bullshit most of the time. But no. You're better than the poor. They're better than the poor women that just make bad decisions. Like, for real. Does he realize that he says this in the same fucking video?
Have come across any places that you know are taking donations, please let me know in the comments down below. I genuinely would be interested. You guys have been very generous and kind to me over the past few months in donating. I have no problems in donating, and I'd like to do something. I can't go out and deliver groceries to people that are older because I live with two people that are 75 and 85, and I do not want to bring anything home with me no matter how careful I am. But
Oh, wait, where's that bonded charity? No, it's because you may have a cost.
If you guys know someplace that I can send some shekels, I will do that, and I will show the receipt online. And so if you guys come up with something, maybe I'll make a note of it on my video. If it's a really good cause and we know the money is going to get to people that are definitely in need, and maybe I'll set something up where we can do something, because I'd like to be able to support somebody during this. Next, so that was kind of where Italy was. They're talking about La Révolution. And here we go from the American Thinker. Globalism gone bust. The Italians burn the EU flag, vow to leave the EU over EU's lousy bug response. Now that Italy has recorded its...
Wait, it's not just... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. One is the World Health Organization, and okay, so if people don't know what the pigs is Portugal, Italy, and Greece and Spain. These are the countries that the Euro really disenfranchised, and this shit has been going on since the 2008 crash. So we're looking at 12 years where it's economic slowdown because of what happened with the global economic crash of 2008. And it's not just Italy. And it's not just a fucking revolution to get out of the euro because, we don't like globalists. There is no way, as much as I love to have protected economies, there's no way that we're going to put that genie back in the fucking bottle. The most we can actually do is dilute this whole idea of having one country produce one thing. We've tried that, and what happened was those national economies, they didn't exactly work, and they were subject to a lot of fucking shakes and crashes and all this other good bullshit. But you know what the best thing to do to fuck over these multinational corporations is a death by 1,000 fucking cuts. What do you mean by that? Make it so where they have to produce in multiple countries. Well, won't they have more power? No, because when they have to do that and have to follow the laws and guidelines by each individual country, they can't monopolize that country. So, in other words, instead of one company with an inordinate amount of power over one small country, it's a lot of little different competing countries, and they no longer have a monopoly. But let's continue. I know people are going fucking crazy. That's because we're a social species. But we're already also adverse to disease, and we're kind of fucking fearful. We're still apes, by the way. We are all still fucking apes, and we still have that parts of our brains that are very irrational. But let's continue.
10,000th person leaving us, a third of the global total, and nearly 1,000 just yesterday. Italians are questioning the value of globalism, and more specifically asking what good its European Union membership does it. Sentiment is soaring for getting out and going it alone. Britain did it. Why not Italy? Locals are now torching European Union flags, and Italian politicians are ramping up the talk about getting the heck out of the Union altogether. I suspected this was going to happen during the Italian balcony singing event, noting that most of the songs sung were classical Italian songs, not global pop hits. I don't know if that was a joke. The horror since increased.
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't know that it was a joke. That's the fucking problem. But I'm being petty. I'm being fucking super petty. Let's continue.
In the country, and here's what's going now around Twitter. This is serious for the EU. Italy, one of 4 big nation states, including the UK, and it says the new trend is spreading on social media among Italians under the slogan, "We will save ourselves." Italians burn the flag of the EU while playing the Italian national anthem. The discontent has boiled right into the halls of the European Union, which one Italian poll is I guess it's political, one Italian political, is calling a den of snakes and jackals, calling it for an Italexit, or an Italian pullout from the European.
Maybe if you would have read the article before, you would have probably figured out one Italian politician. But we're just being fucking pedantic. We're being pedantic. Let's continue.
European Union altogether. There's quite a bit of bitterness, and it's quite sparsely reported, the most reliable source of which is the pro-Brexit Express of London. They go on to say, the bug has sparked its unprecedented crisis throughout the European Union, with a huge rift erupting between the 27 member states. This week's failure to agree a joint EU economic response to the crisis has already set off a wave of furious criticism for the leaders in Italy, Portugal, and Spain. On Thursday, Germany and Netherlands and
again, Italy, Portugal, and Spain, or the P, the I, the S, and fuck, we know what's going on with Greece. We don't, and it's not because it's Greece. It's because Greece is not fucking Germany, and Germany is not fucking Greece. So the things that they want in Germany is not the same thing they want in fucking Greece or Paris, or not Paris, fucking France. Like, literally, yes, of course, they have been talking about getting out of the euro for years. This just accelerated. You know, kind of like in America, we're thinking about doing like a UBI, and that's the problem. People realize that this whole system of manufacturer scarcity, where people wages or people can't make it by, is a fucking problem. And that's the real fucking thing that's problem. People are mad because of their fucking pocket, but it's not because they have to stay at home. They're upset because they're antsy about their fucking bills. That's what they're upset about. Like, literally, that's what they're upset about. And you even said it, dog. Like, come on. That's what they're upset about. They're not upset about because they just have to stay in. It's like, no, because they can't feed their family because of fucking bills. How many jumps do I have left? Fuck, 180. Let's continue.
Other northern European countries rejected the plea of the 9 EU countries for so-called bonds to soften the economic input. Following the heated exchanges, Italian newspaper headlines condemned the EU's response, describing Brussels as dead and ugly. And they go on to say, Translation basically is, let's see.
You're skipping.
What the Italians have learned in this instance is that globalization, as personified by the European Union, has failed. In their hour of need, they're getting aid from places like Albania, Russia, and Cuba, not their big.
Again, this is literally about the economic system. This is not an issue where, hey, we don't like being help from other places across the globe. No, they fucking love it because, like, say what you want about Castro. Yeah, he was a bastard. But when it came to like, hey, y'all need help, even though you fucking hate us, y'all need help. Let me help you out. He's that asshole where y'all did bad shit to each other in the past, but he's like, yo, I kind of grew up and, even though you fucking hate me, like, come on, let me help you out. Like, he's that asshole. Like, Cuba is that asshole where y'all may have did some shit to each other in the past, but it's just like, you know what? I can be mad at you and make my life miserable, or I can fucking help you. Do you know that even with the economic sanctions that the U.S. has on Cuba, they actually was like, fuck it. People love our cigars, and that's how we make money. So let's treat a form of lung cancer that comes from smoking our cigars. And they literally have a cure for that particular type of cancer. It's like almost as if they was like, yo. And then they're willing to share the shit. Willing to share the treatment for the shit. And what they, like, there were times where the U.S. had issues with natural disasters. Katrina's like, hey, y'all need help? And say what you will about, other presidents, Bush, Obama, even though I have issues with other presidents, they was like, okay, Cuba's trying to help us. We gonna take it as a fuck. We're fucked right now, even though it's bad because it's Cuba. But you have this motherfucker, Trump, the 6-time declared bankrupt motherfucking businessman, the motherfucker who was able to bankrupt a casino, that would look at that shit and like, no, wrong. Fuck out of here.
EU neighbors. Oh, the Germans did send a jet the other day for grave cases to be taken to Germany for treatment, but the plane houses 44. It's unlikely to make much difference given what Italy is up against. And basically, the EU has said, and I didn't read it, but I did read it somewhere in this article. I will also put a tiny URL below so you can read it, where basically the EU told Italy, you're on your own.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not only you're on your own, but we still want our money, bitch. What do you mean I'm on my own? We're part of the European Union. Yeah, I know. We're part of the European Union. You're on your own. We still want our money, bitch. I bet not catch you in the motherfucking streets. Now, here's the thing. Literally, if this was an issue where, hey, let's not screw people over economically. Like, hey, yo, it was Germany says, hey, yo, Italy, that money you owe us, like, don't worry about it right now. You got other shit on your bank. But because a lot of motherfuckers, like Deutsche Bank, is trying to serve the fucking desires of their investors and stockholders, it's like, no, give us our money, bitch. Give us our money. Almost as if capitalism is a system where it fucks people off. Let's continue.
So much for the European Union. And lastly, the last story, the divorce rates jumping in bug quarantine couples. And we knew this was coming. I'd like it to be, or think to be, that all the guys are sitting at home wanting to do their hobbies and maybe play games and kind of do whatever. And they realize that the annoyance and the hassle that they're getting for wanting to do their hobbies and not being an entertainment source for their spouse, they're realizing that the pleasures that they get from their spouse is not equaling the pain. That's my imagination, but I can just see that happening, especially after that video that I had up here the other day.
So wait a minute. Whoa now. Whoa. Are you literally saying that playing video games and other hobbies don't equate to the pleasure you get from sex. I just want to make sure, like it's. Hey, some people are like that. I don't know. Maybe after like a certain amount of time, after the drive changes, then it's like maybe I don't know. But if okay. So let me actually inform people like him and other people that may come across this video and may not understand. Sometimes you are in a relationship with people that you don't want to spend 24 hours a day with. I know, we're shocking. Sometimes you're in a relationship with people or even live with people that you can get tired of seeing. That whole stir crazy that he was talking about from a few stories back, that shit is actually real. And I'm not saying that there's a case where you actually may hate your spouse or something like that, but sometimes you get in a situation where it's just like, ew, like, hey, let's not do this anymore. Now, also, check this out. There may be some people that may be off of work and seeing that you can file for a lot of court proceedings online when you're not working yourself to death, maybe you actually have the time to go in and says, you know what? Done. Thank you, Corona, because this is done and I have the time off from work. Almost as if people were working too much and they can't get shit done because of the amount of time that they're working. Oh. Because divorce rates just aren't going to spike up that much. Now, birth rates in another 9 months, well, that's a given because you can fuck somebody even though you hate the fucking guts. But that nut may be fucking good. But I digress. But, yeah, God, come on. Divorce rates has been going up for years because it just became easier to do. But let's continue.
Of the woman cutting through all the cables between the guy's computer and the wall. Says divorce filings are skyrocketing from isolated, weary, and financially stressed couples, according to the top matrimonial attorneys, who are experiencing a 50% rise in inquiries from potential clients. Now, here's what's interesting. I think this is being led by the guys, and I'll tell you why. And what you'll.
Of course it is. Because let's just hear his idea.
See a little bit more here, but I'll tell you why. Number one, I think guys are getting fed up. But number two, with the stock market taking the hit that it did, a lot of their investments, and this is what they say in this story, a lot of their investments have taken a hit, and so they may not lose as much financially by pulling the ripcord and getting out. We know it's probably not the women because at this time, women seem to be reaching out for a little bit more financial and emotional.
You hear it here, guys. This motherfucker saying, this is another motherfucker that's saying that women only exist to take your money and your energy. And your sexual prowess. Like, really? Really? Most people aren't investing in the stock market, so that shit goes down the line. No. Dude, like, for real? Do you even like women? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm missing something because it just seems to me that this guy isn't. It seems to me that this guy, Joker, it seems like he doesn't really like women. He actually may be demisexual or asexual, and like, you know, that whole perception of I have to have somebody, you know, maybe like it's burned into his mind. But like, if you like your spouse, you're not just gonna be like, oh, I gotta spend more time with you. I need to divorce you because I can't like that's not how it goes. Usually there are other problems that are happening before. And like, Some places even have a cooling off period that is longer than a fucking month. But let's continue.
Support. According to leading Manhattan family law experts, some couples forced to spend time together while together in cramped apartments or even in palatial pads haven't fared well during the bug outbreak. Making matters worse, dramatic sways in the financial markets were further spur a wave of wealthier divorces because richer spouses may decide they want out while their net worth dips, potentially helping them avoid larger settlements, legal experts say. New York City Power divorce
Hey, these are lawyers. Have we spoken with the sociologists? Is it like, have we spoken with any social science? Have we? Have we? No, we're talking with lawyers. It's almost as if that's not their field of specialties. They may be doctors of law, but not sociology. Well, they're lawyers, so they're used to dealing. No, they're not. They're not. They're used to arguing merits of case law. That's what they're used to. That's what their specialty is, not sociology. But let's continue.
Attorney William D.
Or psychology. But let's continue.
Zabel, a founding partner of blah, 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 told Page 6, we've had an increased amount of calls in the past week from people seeking representation for proceedings. A 50% increase, and I've been hearing the same from my colleagues at other firms. Zabel, whose
Wow, Antidote Andy has made a return. Well, let's continue.
clients include Jane Welsh during her divorce from late GE CEO Jack Welsh, billionaire George Soros, golfer Greg Norman, Howard Stern, Matt Lauer, explained, and those are all very well-to-do men. People who have enjoyed busy lives suddenly find themselves...
Wait, whoa. Those aren't people that just had a problem because, well, I'm spending time with this. Like, he threw in Matt Lauer. We know what happened with Matt Lauer. We're not even going to discuss that. Button and locks the door. Like a Bond villain. Let's continue.
Themselves confined together at a time of incredible anxiety. He added, if wealthy people are looking for rationale for a divorce, the economic downturn is often a motivation. The net worth of the moneyed spouse is lower, and therefore a settlement could be lower. I anticipate there will be a number of high-profile divorce cases in the coming months. Melissa Theon, a couples therapist and clinical director of the Ackerman Institute.
Oh, wow, a psychiatrist. Let's see.
For the family in New York City, told the Post, many fights coming out of this will stem from not having space and being overwhelmed, adding that in Asia, requests for divorce from couples coming out of months plus quarantines cannot be processed fast enough. So, I find this really interesting.
Wait, did I hear any data? I just heard speculation. Let's continue.
Interesting because so many men, when you're single or have been single, and you say, I wish I had a partner, someone I could rely upon, someone I could be close to, someone that would be a part of my life, someone to enjoy. People always tend to remember the good times. And either they remember the good times in the past, or they haven't had them yet and assume.
I'm sorry to laugh. That shit was just hilarious. Well, they've had them in the past, or they haven't had them yet. I am an asshole for laughing at that, but to be fair, I never said I wasn't an asshole. But let's continue.
Assume everything's going to be a good time, but they don't often remember how bad things can get and how cramped and how you don't.
Like, who hurt you, man? Like, who hurt you? Where did they hurt you?
Feel like you have your free time that you want, and you can't just do whatever you want and eat whatever you want, go whatever you want, spend whatever you want.
Actually, you can. Like, that's the fucked up part about it. You can do that even with a partner if you have a partner that respects who you are. That's like easy. If you believe, a lot of these motherfuckers believe that no, your partner has to control you or you have to control them. Yes, you're gonna have that fucking issue. Because you're shit. And that's the problem. A lot of these motherfuckers are just shit. And they think that, oh, you to a reenactor saying, Carmi, I need you to tell me that I can leave the lookout. Mr. Popo, you can. Bitch, don't tell me what to do. Like, literally, that's the shit in scenario that they have playing in their head all the fucking time. But let's continue.
Those things all go away. And so when it really boils down to it, where does happiness lie? I still firmly believe that happiness lies in short-term, enjoyable, fun, relaxing relationships. And then when it's time to get real, then it's over. Because
rewind this video. Did he not say that women who try to run from their own situations or have multiple bad choices, then they're bad? What? No. Fuck no. Well, I believe that this short term. No. Fuck. I'm poly. I like to have multiple relationships with multiple different women. And I wouldn't want that bullshit of, oh, we're just having fun right now and then I'm done. It sounds like you have some insecurities, dog. And I don't mean how you fucking look. It sounds like when people get around you for a long fucking time, they start to see what type of asshole you are. I'm sorry. Like, literally, that's what this shit sounds like to me. And I'm going to let you go ahead and finish explaining yourself. But, like, literally, it sounds as if you're going to say that, well, as soon as it starts getting serious, and I'm out. Let's continue.
Because usually when it's time to get serious, that only benefits the woman, not the man. Because then the man's got to start giving up some of his freedoms, and she starts getting control over things, and the ultimate, marriage is just basically him and her signing a contract that if he does anything that upsets her, she's going to take the golden parachute, jump out of the plane, and leave with a great exit package.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Really? Fucking really? Did I miss something? Did I fucking miss so? Hello, McFly. Hello. Like, wow. You know they have prenups, right? You know that will solve a lot of different shit. Prenups solve a lot of fucking different shit. And yeah, I know they're not really legally binding, but you get a good enough lawyer, they kind of is. But no. When a man gives up that ring, he gives up that power. Like, how fucking sorry are you? Quite literally, how fucking sorry are you? And the only time that a woman gets most of the money is when she doesn't fucking work. If you're mutually contributing to the household, then you have mutual responsibilities. And, yeah. She doesn't get shit if she's also contributing. Spousal abuse, alimony, it's bullshit. Especially if both of you guys work. But then she has to give up. You have to give up some of your control over her, where she has the freedom to go and do what she wants as well. But see, you don't talk about that. You don't speak about that because it's not her freedom. It's your control. But let's let this shit finish out.
Guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you'd like to support my work, save your nickels as far as that goes. Don't worry about giving me anything right now. Save it up and let me know. Let's read through the comments if you guys know of anybody or know of any something really good, whether it's over in Europe where they're really getting hard or something here in the States, wherever, where maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can put something together and get a care package out or something for struggling families somewhere. I would be really happy with that. But one thing I will ask you to do for me to support me, like, comment, and share. those three always are doing well.
All right, he's fucking finished, and like I gotta get up in the morning, so I'm gonna actually throw this out there. Hell, shit, I even have a link to say like, hey, like, yo, if you want to help donate to my stream, cool, that's fine. I would benefit from you guys sharing this video, and I'm actually gonna kind of chop it up, and so when you see this video show for tomorrow, you guys would actually see the shit that I'm doing and all this other good shit. What would really help me is this. Buy my art. Shit. That's basically what I fucking would want you guys to do. It's just to buy my art. And I'm gonna put that link in the chat. Hold on. And if you want to actually see some art that I have, you can either check my Etsy shop or my DeviantArt page. Man. Other than that, guys, I am gone for the night. I'm going to probably just chill, turn on some Pornhub, and enjoy myself. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.